Hey, good morning. It's Coach Jill, and welcome to the Friday Fitlife Academy call. I have enabled the chat, and so if you are joining us, please feel free to say hello to us in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. We're glad that you're joining us here. I am joined by Coaches Paula and Penny. Thank you for joining me, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. So we have some great questions in the queue, which I'm going to start with in just a moment here, but I want to tell you that if you are watching, we will take your questions as a priority, so please feel free to type your questions in the chat. We would love to get your questions answered for you, so if you have a direct question about fitness, anything that has to do with, hey, good morning, Amy. Amy from Arizona. Glad to have you here with us. So we're going to be talking about fitness today, and that's our focus today. We will have a few questions in here, and I looked at some of the questions in the queue, and we have some generalized fitness questions and some other questions. So we will get to all of these. Good morning, Corey in Illinois, close to my my old stomping grounds. So I'm glad to have you. Let's jump in here, and we'll get started. So. We're going to start with our first question here. This one comes from Maria. Maria says, I'd like to know what would be the best thing I can do to increase my energy, strength, and endurance. Great question, Maria. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, first of all, it begins, and I know everything's fitness, 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 but it all begins with how you are feeding your body. Everything, the base of everything, and the base of our program here at Fitlife, everything begins with how you are feeding your body. So if you are feeling lethargic, if you're not sleeping well, if you're having dry skin, if lots of acne, if you're having a lot of different health issues, chances are, if you really take a look at how you're feeding your body, what you're doing, I can almost guarantee there are improvements that you can make that are going to help some of these issues. So it all begins with how you feed your body. First of all, you need to clear out all of the processed foods. You know, you've got to get rid of the processed foods. We are a society of quick convenience. We want it quick, we want it now, we want it easy. And that's not necessarily the best thing for you. And I also just want to put in my 2 cents worth in. Just because it comes in a box in the freezer section, and maybe you can pop it in the microwave, does not mean that it's good for you. Even though it might have a label on it from some company that looks really healthy, does not necessarily mean that it's good for you. There are so many whole food meals that you can prepare for yourself, take on the go. They are quick, they are easy, they are delicious, and they're amazing, and you're going to be feeding your body quite well. And this is one of the bases that we teach in our program, is how to prepare your food for you, how to have it ready to go, and how to make it quick and easy. So none of the meals that are in our program take very long to prepare at all. And they're amazing. The food is amazing. Good morning, Georgia. Good morning, Catherine. Catherine's in Toronto. Excellent. Good morning, Antonella, sorry. You know, here's the thing. You have to be willing to, and you have to be ready to make the changes in your life. If you are not ready, it's not going to happen. You're going to find every excuse to start again tomorrow, start again tomorrow, start again tomorrow, start again tomorrow. And, you know, one of the things that we practice here at Fitlife, it's not perfection. It's really not perfection. If you can improve 1% better each day, 1%. So think of what today you can do that's 1% better than yesterday, and each day you focus on that 1% better. By the end of the week, you're already 7% better. You know, where that's huge. That's huge. So it all begins with how you're feeding your body. So, you know, eliminating out the processed foods, the sugar, the gluten, the dairy, the soy, the alcohol, the caffeine. Start with taking those things. And you don't have to do everything at once. You absolutely do not have to do everything at once. Gradually take these things out of your diet. Replace that with fruits and veggies and lean proteins and healthy fats and, you know, whole grains, things like quinoa, things like brown rice, things that are healthier for you, and get that in. Also, increasing your water. How much water do you drink a day? Are you drinking like nothing? Well, you know what? You've got to increase your water. So our recommendation here at Fitlife is 80 to 120 ounces. Now, if you're drinking 8 ounces of water today, yes, that's going to sound like a huge amount. And we don't want you to increase all at once. I mean, it would be great if you could, but we don't expect you to increase that all at once. Gradually. You know what? Start adding a glass a day. Before you know it, you're going to be up to 80 ounces. Now, the complaint that we hear the most often is, am I going to be in the bathroom all the time? At first, yes. Yes, you will. You will, because you're going to be flushing the toxins out of your body. That is normal. It happens. It's healthy. As you get more hydrated, as your body starts to, get less toxic, that is going to slow down. It is good. Of course, does everyone drink water? I preach that to every single person I know. Corey, the same thing. My piece of advice is find a water bottle you love and take it everywhere with you. Everywhere with you. It should become your best friend. Every time you're sitting somewhere, every time you're driving somewhere, every time you're wherever, you should always have a water bottle with you. Right here, I'm sitting here, I've got my Organifi here. Everybody should have a water bottle right with them at all times. If you can't remember where you're at with water, say you say, I can never remember how much I drank. You want to figure out how big your water bottle is. Say it's a 20-ounce water bottle, and you want to get 80 ounces in for the day. Put rubber bands on your bottle. Each time you have a bottle of water, take a rubber band off. It's the easiest way to keep track of it. Super easy. You get these great wide rubber bands on all your produce that you buy at the grocery store. They're great for doing that. They're colorful, they're fun, and they'll fit easily on your water bottle. They don't snap real easy like the thin rubber bands. Put them on your water bottle. Great way, easy way to remember to get your water in. There are free water apps out there. If you have a smartphone, you can easily track your water on a free water app. There's plenty of them out there, whether you have an iPhone, whether you have an Android phone, doesn't matter. There are free water apps out there, and they will send you reminders if you program them. They will send you reminders to drink water. So those are the basics. Now, here's the other thing, and we're going to bring this in with the fitness piece. Everybody, the assumption is always like, oh, I have to join a gym to be fit. No, you do not have to join a gym to be fit. And this is one of the things that we also promote with our program. It's not about having a ton of exercise equipment. It's not about having the latest exercise videos. It's not about doing CrossFit. It's not about doing anything in particular. It's about finding something that you like and doing it. So, if you're at this point in time, if you are on the couch and that's where you've been for the last, couple of years and you haven't been moving, then maybe it's time to stand up in your living room right now and just start moving your feet. Start walking in your living room, in place, in your living room. It is moving your body. If you've just been moving around your house, walk out the door, get outside, go take a walk. Maybe it's just once around the block, and you're going to start with once around the block. You know what? Start by gradually getting yourself moving and keep moving. Now, as you get moving more, then you know what? See what else is out there. Explore and see what else is out there. This is one of my favorite pieces of Fitlife, is because we don't have a specific, we're not locked into any specific fitness program. You have so many options out there, and I can tell you, each one of our coaches does something different. Everybody does something. Paula's sitting down here. Paula does CrossFit, but Paula didn't start out doing CrossFit. Paula, what did you start out doing?
I started out walking.
Yeah.
Walking, and then anything I did chore-wise around the house, I just tried to step it up, like vacuuming. Instead of just like, oh, I got to vacuum, ho-hum, I'll vacuum. I just tried to like double time it and just increase anything that I could. And I went back to those simple things that you hear about all the time. Park far away. You don't need to park up front. Park far out. Walk up to wherever it is you're shopping at. And I just started doing those kinds of things. every day, just something, and I just had it all add up to 30 minutes. If I couldn't get it all at one time, I just made sure I had 30 minutes by the end of the day.
I love that. And yeah, it's not about getting it all at once. If you're brand new to moving your body, just make it add up throughout the day, you know. And like like Paula says, and this is one of my favorite things to do. When I clean my house and I'm vacuuming, I have music going, so I'm vacuuming with vigor. You know, I make it a fun task. You know, same thing if I'm, you know, washing floors and things like that. I'm the old-fashioned kind of a girl who gets down on her hands and knees, and I get into it. You know, use those muscles, use your body, do whatever you can, and get yourself moving. You know, we often get busy moms who say, "I don't have time to work out." You know what? Go outside and play with your children. Get outside, run around with them. That counts. It really does count. So get outside. Even if you're a grandparent and you're watching your grandkids, get outside with your grandkids. Easy, easy way. One of the other things I often recommend, if you don't know what you want to do for your fitness piece, you know what? Take advantage of Groupon. Groupon has great deals for 1 or 2 classes, different things that you can try out. They're really inexpensive. You know, gyms have free weeks where you can go out and try different gyms. I mean, you could have 4 or 5 gyms. Right there is the potential for 4 to 8 weeks of free trials. You know, try them out, try them on, see what you think of it, you know, and try out different options for yourself. Try different classes. Figure out what you like. Nobody says you have to do a certain kind of fitness. You can do whatever you want. If there's something you've always wanted to try, you know, maybe you want to always do kayaking. Go rent a kayak for a day. You know, try it out. See how it goes. See what you think. And even just to get outside and walk. Get outside and walk. If you need music, you know what? Put some music on your phone. If you need a book, get an audiobook download. Whatever it takes to get you motivated to want to walk and get your body moving. It's the easiest way to do it. Okay? So that's where you start. That's where you begin, right where you're at. And I will tell you, you know, if you start with the proper nutrition, and, you know, just like we were talking about earlier, you start with the proper nutrition, you are going to see changes in your body. It is going to help, because I will tell you, when I started this program, I was recovering from a knee replacement. I couldn't exercise. I went to therapy. That's all I could do. When Penny started this program, Penny was struggling from an injury. She walked in place in her living room. That was her fitness. And now Penny, what are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm rebounding.
I love
This, and I think that for me, that's the key. You have to find something fun. Make it fun. Because before, I always looked at it as a chore. I have to go work out, you know. And I started out by the walking in place, but I put on music I liked that made me want to move. And I went from that to walking with poles, like cross-country ski pole type of thing, but they're made for walking. And that gave me the balance that I needed to be able to walk outdoors. I did that, and then I kept seeing these rebounding, and I had never been on a trampoline, but it always seemed like such a fun thing to do. So I bought one, and now I love it, absolutely love it. So, but I think the key is it has to be something you enjoy. Get in the pool, go to the pool. I go to
Yeah,
yoga 2 mornings a week at the Y now.
I love that.
So yeah, but make it fun.
Yeah, you have to. You absolutely have to. We've got a question here from Antonella. Antonella says, I'm at a crossroad. I work out 4 to 5 days a week, but I would love to learn how to get it done at home instead of having to rely on an external structure. Antonella, what are you doing right now? I'd love to know what you're doing. Are you going to a gym? Are you taking classes? What are you doing? There's no reason that you cannot get your workouts in at home. None. Absolutely none. You know, you can go to any of the discount stores, get some hand weights, invest in a simple yoga mat. There are so many things that you can do at home that will get you fit and toned. And I will tell you, I do not belong to a gym. I do not belong to a gym. I do my workouts in my living room, and I go out and walk. I love to walk, absolutely love to walk. So I have 2 dogs, and I get out and walk with them twice a day. You absolutely don't have to belong to a gym to find success. There are so many free videos on YouTube. There's so many free challenges out there on the internet. You know, take advantage of these. I'm gonna do one of our affiliates who I know has challenges all the time. The Betty Rocker, phenomenal. You know, she has free challenges. She puts challenges out there. She even puts videos out there on different ways to tone at home. Easy, easy, simple. Antonella says a tailored workout at a local gym, a small gym. Yeah, there's no reason why you can't do your workout in your own living room. You know, concentrate on the core. Always start with, you know, first of all, you always want to have a strong core. So to have a strong core, you've got to work with the major muscle groups. Super easy, you know, things like squats. Stand at your kitchen counter, put your fingertips on the counter, and do squats. You know, you can do, if you have stairs, you know, going up and down your stairs is going to work your major muscle groups. Planks. You can plank anywhere. How many videos have you seen of people planking everywhere? You know, planks are incredible as long as you are making sure that you're holding that core tight when you are planking. And you know what, maybe you can't hold it very long at first, but you slowly build up. You know, you have timer on your phone. Time yourself. See how far you get. And everybody's constantly doing free plank challenges out there on Facebook, on the internet. Look for those. Super easy things. If you've got, you know, the balance balls, you know, those are a great thing. You can do crunches on those. There's so many things you can do with that. Very easy, very simple. You can invest in the Bosu balls are a little bit more expensive, but you know what? There's so many of these discount fitness equipment places out there where you can go pick up things for your home, super cheap. And then the thing of it is, don't let it become a clothes hanger for you. If you're going to invest in an elliptical, don't start hanging stuff on it. Get on it every single day. Every single day. Same thing with a treadmill. If you're going to buy it, commit to using it. And that's the thing. If you're going to work out at home, you've got to commit to doing it. You absolutely have to commit to doing it. Now, I know for some people, they can't make that commitment. So they need to go out. They need to leave the home to do it. And that's okay. That's okay. You have to know your limiting factors. You have to know that. So if you know that you're just not going to work it out at home and the only way that you can do it is to go outside or go to a gym or go to an organized class, then realize that about yourself. Accept that. Don't fight it. Accept it. And just do what you need to do to get your exercise in. It's that simple. Maybe you need to recruit a friend, you know, who's going to come over and work out with you. If you're really opposed to belonging to a gym, find somebody, find a workout buddy. It's the greatest way, you know what, to stay motivated because you're going to motivate each other. Super easy way to stay motivated together. Maybe you're going to go walk together every day. You know what, there's nothing that makes a walk go faster than when you're chit-chatting and everything else. Super easy. We women do it all the time, and I know guys that do it as well. So it's really easy way to stay fit. If you're married, get your spouse to go with you. You know what? You need that time to catch up and whatnot. It's a great thing. You're getting fit, and you're having some of that time together. So do that. Let's see. Pity says, I'm even worse. I've signed up, but I don't go. Can't seem to find the motivation to get up every morning and walk to the gym. All right, here we go. First piece, when you enter the membership site, you need to complete your why identity, and you need to be looking at this continuously. What is your why identity? Why are you doing this? What is your why for every single day? Okay, what is it? Do you want to get healthier for you? Is it for your family? Is it for your children? What is that why? And I encourage everybody who's watching, I see 19 people watching and I see another 13 viewers. If you have not completed the why identity inside the membership site, please go. Paula says, yeah, why pay? Why pay? That's the motivation, exactly. If you have not completed your why identity, you need to do that. You absolutely need to do that. And the why identity is something that Drew developed, and this is it's the first step we make all of our coaching clients complete. They have to complete that when they start our program. And each of us coaches have done this, and we continuously revise our why identity because it's all part of who we are. It's continuously morphing, it's continuously changing as each of us change. And we are all on a journey. That journey never stops. It never ends. It's a continuous journey. And so as our lives change, we need to reevaluate that. So I encourage you, Pitty, please do your why identity. The other thing, you know what, create a vision board. And I'll tell you, I've heard more feedback lately on why do people need vision boards? Everybody needs a vision board. Everybody needs a vision board, and it should not be, you know what, under a pile of papers on your desk, or it should not be hidden away. It should be on a wall where you're going to look at it, you know, whatever, or if it's a book, whatever. We've had so many people, different versions of it. It needs to be something that you're going to look at daily and you're going to add to, so that when you're reaching those goals, you're putting up the next one. What's next? What do I want more? What's next? You know, so whether you want, you know, those perfectly toned arms, that six-pack abs, whatever that looks like, put that on there and visualize, okay, this is what I want. What do I need to do to get there? What do I need to be focused on? So, you know, when that motivation to stay in bed and say, oh, just 5 more minutes, and you think about that, you know what do you want more? What do you want more? And sometimes it's just realizing that you need to push yourself because you want that. You want that, and rather than just laying in bed. So it's a lifestyle change. You have to make a commitment to yourself. But yeah, Penny says set your intention the night before. And that's so true. If you set your intentions before you go to bed, you are more likely to get up and do what you need to do. And you know what? Even if it's 15 minutes earlier to get your walk in, whatever, you can do half in the morning, half in the evening, however you want to do this. You know, make the commitment to yourself. Valerie Coombs says, mindless eating, I can't get a hold on it. Oh, Valerie, yeah, we hear about this all the time, mindless eating, mindless eating. This is one of the things that we work on very hard with our coaching clients here at Fitlife, is that mindless eating piece, especially if you have a family. And you tend to be cooking, and you're cooking for your family, and you're tasting, and you're, you know, and how many extra calories are you putting in before you even eat dinner? I swear in my past, I've eaten a whole dinner before I ever sit down to eat dinner with my family. And Penny and Paul are shaking their heads, and I'm sure those of you who are watching are shaking your head and thinking, yeah, that's me, I've done that, you know. And it's really about being aware and being present in this moment and realizing what you are doing. You have to become more present and focus on what you're doing. You know, we become so distracted. Everything is virtual. Everybody's on their phones. Everybody's got headphones on, this, the TV's on, this is on. You know what, start to eliminate some of that and focus on what you are doing. So if you are, you know, if you take a snack out, say you're going to take out, you know, some almonds, take out your serving, 10 to 15 almonds, put the bag away, and then sit down and enjoy your snack. You know, don't do this, don't keep doing this, because that's mindless eating. And whatever it is, even when you're cooking, you know what, I now have, I allow myself one small spoon that has to sit there till the dish is done. Then I can taste to make sure that the seasoning is okay, and that's it. Then the spoon goes in the sink. That's it. One taste to make sure everything's good, and that's it. And that way I'm not eating my whole dinner before I sit down to eat a dinner. Penny and Paula, what are some of your tricks to curb your mindless eating?
I like to, like you were saying, put stuff in bags, in little baggies, particularly with nuts and things like that. So whatever my snack is, I portion it out. If it's avocado, I put it in a little cup, put it in the fridge. Whatever it is I'm eating, if it's, you know, if it's after a workout, if it's apple slices with some almond butter, I slice up what I'm going to eat and set it aside. Otherwise, it is mindless eating. You don't even think. And I have to admit, it was a difficult habit to break. It really was. It's probably worse than trying to even come off sugar because you're thinking about your whole day. I've got to do this. I've got to do this next. People are busy, and you all of a sudden find yourself just putting things in your mouth, as you're cooking and preparing. So it is hard, but it can be done. But I found by portioning it out what I'm going to eat does help.
Love it.
I
Paula?
like to utilize the menus that we have in the coaching program.
Mhm.
So even if you're not a part of the coaching program, take a piece of paper, have breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and write down what you're planning on having and stick to it. Yeah, take those tips from the other two coaches about maybe pre-packaging your food, have your breakfast set, or you eat breakfast at home. Now you know what you're going to have. You don't have to think about, oh, let me look in this cabinet. Let me look in. I'll taste this. Why I'm trying to find. Have it written down what you're going to do. If you're then off to work or out of the home, have everything packaged for yourself. Put it in your cooler, and out the door you go. But
I
I
love it.
like knowing in advance where I'm at and what I'm going to have.
Yep. Yep. And one of the things that we teach is meal prepping, and prepping ahead. You've got to prep ahead for success. So, that way you know exactly what your day is going to be like. You know what your week is going to be like. So you're less likely to say, oh, well, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll start. No, if you know exactly what you're going to be eating for the week, you're all set to go. And then that temptation is that much less. The other piece, and I see this question from Corey in here, how do you stop very powerful craving when it hits? Number one go-to for anything. When you have a craving, when you're finding yourself wanting to snack, mindful eating, water, 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 water. If you go first for the water and drink at least 8 ounces of water, your chances of snacking unhealthfully get that much less. And why do I say that? Well, first of all, dehydration can mask itself as hunger. So there's so many times where you say, oh my gosh, I'm starving. And you know what? You probably just ate not that long ago. And so it's not hunger. It is dehydration. So if you're not getting, if you're not getting the, you get the little growling in your stomach and those hunger pains, if you're not having that, chances are it's dehydration. It is really dehydration. If it's not been several hours since you had your last meal, it's most likely not hunger. It's thirst. So always start with at least 8 ounces of water. Always. Okay? The other thing is, when you have cravings, other things that you can do, get busy. Get busy. Take your mind off of it. Get outside, go for a walk. If you're at work and you're working in a little cubicle, get up and walk around. Maybe it's the perfect time for a little bathroom break or a water fountain break. Yeah, Paula says stretch. By moving your body, the chances of that craving going away are pretty high. So cravings are just, that's your mind. It's all mindset. It is definitely mindset, and it's something that you have to work at. So you need to have your first defense, which is always water. Have your water bottle right with you. And I will tell you, if you are using Organifi is great for curbing those cravings. One of the other things that I also do to curb cravings, especially sugar cravings, is branched chain amino acids, BCAAs. There's a powder form and a pill form. The powder form I put right in my water. That's actually in with my Organifi here today. I do that during the day in my water. It helps to give me energy, and it helps to curb those sugar cravings. It works great. But the Organifi is also going to help with that as well. So, if you have not tried the Organifi, I encourage you to try that because it definitely will help with that. And also, decreasing your stress. Depending on what's going on in your life, decreasing your stress can help with that. When we are stressed, we tend to produce more cortisol. When we produce more cortisol, we tend to have those crazy cravings for sugar and chocolate and salty foods and, fatty foods and things like that. That's all part of that. So best thing you can do, drink your water, move your body. The two most important things. That's really good. And making sure that you're feeding yourself whole, nutritious foods. Big, big piece there. Let's see what other questions we have here. We had some good questions. Here's one we get all the time. This one comes from Eloise. I have no thyroid, so it's very hard for me to lose weight, but I do see small changes in my body. What more can I do? Whether you have no thyroid, whether you're going through perimenopause, whether you're in menopause, whether maybe you just have a very slow metabolism because you've abused your metabolism all these years by chronic dieting. And so you're struggling with getting that weight off. And here's the biggest piece, and here's the biggest misnomer that we all think. So many people think that in order to lose the weight, they need to starve themselves. So not true. Not true at all. By starving yourself, the less you eat, the more you send your body into starvation mode, and the more your body is going to hang on to every single calorie you put in your body, and it's going to hang on to it as that stubborn body fat that won't come off. Everything that we hate, the love handles, all of that stuff, it's going to hang on as that. So here's the piece that you need to remember. In order to lose body fat, you have to feed your metabolism. You have to fuel your body. You need to get that metabolism burning hot. And the only way to do that is to feed your body. But it's not about feeding your body all the crap that is out there. You need to feed your body with whole food nutrition, juicing, plenty of water. Whether you choose to eat meat, whether you choose to do vegan sources of protein, it doesn't matter. You need to be feeding your body. So you should be eating 3 meals, 2 snacks per day. If you opt to juice fast, you should not be juice fasting any more than 3 days in a row. If you start to do these extended, 10, 20, 30, 60, 90-day juice fasts, you are only sending your body into more metabolic crisis. Do not do that. 3 days max. We have our juice cycling strategy that we teach in our coaching program, and with that protocol, we don't juice fast more than 3 days in a row. And we teach our clients that when they're going to juice fast, they have to have 1 juice fasting day, but for every juice fasting day they've got to have at least 1 full food day. So they're going to be feeding their bodies, and the bulk of weight can be lost on just partial juice fasting days. Really easy. Really easy, because you need to feed your body. Absolutely need to feed your body. Corey says, I'm waiting for my Organifi to get to my house. Can I use Organifi for the Alpha Reset? I can't afford a juicer right now. Well, here's the piece with Corey. I'm glad you're asking this, Corey. Organifi is it's fantastic. First of all, it is a superfood supplement. It can be the replacement for 1 green juice per day. Now, when you look at the Alpha Reset is going to be several days of juice fasting. So therefore, you cannot complete the Alpha Reset on just Organifi. We do not recommend that. But here's what you can do. If you don't want to purchase a juicer, here's how you can be successful still on the Alpha Reset. There is no reason that you cannot purchase juices and still be successful with your Alpha Reset. There are a couple different brands in the grocery store that we do recommend if you're going to purchase. Evolution Juices is one, but you need to look for their green juices. They have a Mean Green and there's one more. Penny or Paul, if you can think of it, I can't think of what it is.
They have a sweet green.
That's it, the sweet greens. So there's the Mean Green and the sweet green. You really want to look at the sugar content. It should have less than 7 grams of sugar in it. So you've got to read your labels. So less than 7 grams of sugar and no fruit purees in them. So the other brand that has a nice green juice is Suja. Suja has a nice green juice. So you can definitely do the Alpha Reset with purchased juices. If you have a fresh cold pressed juice bar in your area, you can purchase juices from a fresh cold pressed juice bar. And there's some that they will package them into bottles for you, so you can put them in your fridge. You can definitely put them in your fridge. Can you add Organifi to those juices? Yes, absolutely, to get the benefit. You know, we recommend up to 2 servings per day of Organifi. So you can get your nutrition in that way. You can definitely add your Organifi into your juices. So, and the other thing is, and I always like to add this. Please remember that there are juicers available in all price points out there. They range from as cheap as $40 to there's some that are out there $500, $600. The best juicer is the one that you are going to use. And you want to buy a juicer that's in your budget. First of all, you shouldn't have to break the bank to purchase a juicer. I personally, and I say this quite often, my favorite juicer I paid $59.95 for, TJ Maxx. It's a Dash slow food juicer. Love it. And it works great. And I've had it now for almost 2 years. About 2 years. It works great. It's still going strong. So you do not have to break the bank with a juicer. And there's so many sales out there. Kohl's has sales on juicers. Bed Bath & Beyond, and you can use the 20% off coupon on a juicer at Bed Bath & Beyond. Absolutely. So make sure that you do your research on a juicer. You don't have to get something. And a blender is not a juicer. Watch last week's for the replay on that. A blender is not a juicer. It's blender. It's a smoothie. So it's not a juicer. Yeah, Georgia said they sell Suja at Costco. They do. They do sell Suja at Costco, and I will tell you, I did my research on this. You have to read the labels on the Suja that they sell at Costco, and I'm not knocking Costco. I do shop at Costco. However, the Suja that they sell at Costco are the ones that have a lot of sugar in them. So you need to read your labels, because a lot of the ones that are at Suja are the really good tasting ones that have the fruit puree in them. So read your labels and make sure that you're getting the right one. If you're having a juice that has 28, 36 grams of sugar, kind of defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. So you really want to keep that sugar content under, I would say under 10 grams. I'd try and keep mine under 7. So read your labels. If you're going to shop at Costco for Suja, make sure you read the labels. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any other questions here we can answer? Oh, here's one. This is a good one. This is from Demetrius. Juicing in the morning and lunch and have type 2 diabetes. I drink raw organic drink with a banana. Well, okay, here's the thing. Love the fact that you're doing raw organic. Great. Fantastic. However, you are diabetic, and I hear that you're putting banana in that. So I don't know if you're checking your blood sugars, but if you're not checking your blood sugars, make sure that you're doing that to see what that banana is doing to you, because bananas are very high in natural sugar. I personally, if I'm going to have banana, it's a third of a banana, because there is a lot of sugar in bananas. So I do recommend you check your blood sugars with that to make sure that you're not sending your blood sugar too high with that. You can, one of the blood sugar stabilizer, easy one, and this is just a recommendation, this is not a prescription. Cinnamon is a blood sugar stabilizer, but if you are diabetic, make sure you're checking with your physician and make sure you're checking your blood sugars. You want to make sure that you're not sending your blood sugars too high. You don't want to be doing this spiking up and down. So I would watch that with the banana in there. So let's see. Oh, I like this one. Here's a good one. Do good fats cause weight gain? Well, first of all, let's qualify the difference between good fats and bad fats. There are healthy fats: coconut oil, almonds, almond butter, cashews, cashew butter, avocado, olives. I think those are pretty much the main ones. Now, are they good for you? Yes, they are good for you. And do you need healthy fat to lose body fat? Yes, you do. Can you overdose on the good fats? Yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. So you really want to keep your servings of healthy fats to 1 serving per meal, and a serving of healthy fat is from the tip of your thumb to right here where your thumb meets your palm. This is a healthy serving of fat. So look at that. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. So think about that, especially if you're dipping into a jar of almond butter. How many spoons are you taking out? Think about that. Almonds. Your almond servings, 10 to 15. Yeah, Paul's trying yeah, exactly. Your raw almonds should be 10 to 15. They should fit in the palm of your hand, not this. So you want to watch your serving size. You need to be aware that this is a healthy fat serving, and you get 3 of them per day. 3. Not 13, not 30, 3. So remember that. Yes, too much of a good thing is not good for you, and you do need a certain amount of healthy fat, but not more than that. Otherwise, yes, you will see weight gain. You will see weight gain. But here's the thing, even with healthy fats, when you are taking in the proper amount of healthy fats, you are going to release, that body fat into your bloodstream. Now, if you are not drinking enough water, that's just going to keep circulating in your body. It's just going to keep circulating. And you know what? The minute you send yourself into starvation mode by not eating, where is it going to go? Right back where you just took it off from. So you need to make sure that you're drinking enough water to flush that out. So hence the reason of 3 healthy fat servings and plenty of water, because you need to flush it out. We got to flush that stuff out. Water is so important, so important. And most people are walking around dehydrated, really dehydrated. Okay. Let's see. I had one last question that I wanted to touch on here because I thought it was really good. This comes from Kenneth, and he's been taking the green drinks and the turmeric and the probiotic for about 90 days, and he's not really budging. And he's been taking about 1,800 calories, but he's burning about 3,000 calories a day. Well, Kenneth, I'm going to tell you, this is probably why your weight is not budging. You're not taking in enough to support what you're burning in calorie-wise. So, this is one of the pieces I love about our program too. We don't count calories here at Fitlife. I haven't counted a calorie, since 2013. I haven't counted a calorie. When you are eating whole, nutritious foods, when you are filling your body daily with whole foods, so, lots of green veggies, lean proteins, healthy fats, there is no need to count calories. Do you need to watch your servings, your portion sizes? Yeah, but it's really, really easy. This is so easy, it's not funny. When I show you in a minute, you're going to see that it's so easy. But when you're not eating enough and you're burning that much, you are going to go into starvation mode. That is going to happen. And so no matter how much you keep eating, you're going to hang on to that. It's going to be really hard to lose the weight. So when you're having a typical meal, a Fitlife meal is really easy. Veggies, protein, fat. It's that simple. Your meal should look like that. It's really that simple. It's not complicated. We don't have the little plate with all of the slivers and slices on it. We make it super easy for you, and no, we don't count calories. We don't have to track, do I keep track of my food? Yeah, I do, because that makes me accountable. You should be tracking your food because it makes you accountable to yourself. And if you need more accountability, that's why we have coaches here at Fitlife, to give you that accountability that you need. And it's about knowing when you need that accountability. So realize that, if you're not ready to be accountable to yourself, maybe it's time to get yourself a coach, and maybe you're ready for that step. If you're ready to move up and you're ready to drop the weight or get to your goals, or whatever that looks like for you, and you don't have the willpower to do it on your own, that's why we have coaches who are ready to work with you. So I encourage you, know what your limiting factors are and be ready to take the step to move beyond those limiting beliefs and limiting factors for you. Okay? All right. With that, we're going to wrap up for today. We will be back next week. Next week, we are going to be talking mindsets. It's going to be a great one next week. So get registered for next week's call. We're going to be talking mindsets. So it's going to be this is one of my, and you know what, I love every piece of the Fitlife program, but they're all great. So we'll talk mindset next week. I want to thank Penny and Paula for joining me. Great questions, everybody. So glad to have you all here. We will get the replay link posted for you so you can watch this replay. And have a fantastic weekend. And we'll see everybody next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.